I mean, if you know, you know, right? I've been probably seen in a lot of different forms of media. Hello, everyone. My name is Protagonist, otherwise known as Protag, and today I wanted to, start off with an introduction. I've been trying to, make some content over the past few weeks, and before I decide to release some of it, I wanted to at least introduce myself to the world, say hello, tell a little bit about myself to make sure that everyone knows, what I'm doing, what I'm about, and hopefully, hope you guys get to know me better and, share more about you guys as well so that we can hopefully be friends, make some cool stuff together. Who knows? So yeah, let's just get right on into it. All right, so let's start off with some of the basics. My name is Protagonist. You can call me Protag. My pronouns are he, him. My birthday's April 15th, and for my age, I kind of put it up there for people to guess. But I mean, if you know, you know, right? I've been probably seen in a lot of different forms of media, and in those are definitely I've been put in very interesting situations. So, I mean, old enough to be in there, and uh, you know, wise enough to know when to get out. But my height, I put around 5'8". It's pretty average. My race, human, and for my job, I put MC, and that's because I mean, it'll go a bit more into what I want to do, but I put MC because it can stand for a lot of different things, right? You got the MC being the main character, which I really don't see myself as, but I mean, it just kind of happens from time to time. Can't really help it. I don't know why. Maybe it's the eyes, but MC can also stand for like master ceremonies, right? I really want to try and get into like hosting and things of that nature. You can also say MC for like rap MCs, which now that I'm thinking about it, might actually also mean the same thing, but no one really calls it that, but everyone just says the initials. So yeah, that's also something that I want to try and do while I have the time here to do so. For the languages I speak, I mostly speak English and Mandarin. Mandarin, not that great. Conversational at least, so I know that I'm not going to look like a total fool, but I would prefer if people spoke English with me. That'd be really appreciative. And you can kind of read the little bottom story thing. TLDR, I got transported into this world. However, there's no demon lord. There's no evil, entity to be destroyed. So I figured, why not, sit back and kind of enjoy my life for what it is so far. And hopefully I get to talk with you guys, share my stories. Hopefully you guys can tell me yours as well. And so it'll be a nice way to get to know each other better. And I want to be able to use this platform to try and, bring people closer together. All right, so I guess with every sort of debut introduction type thing, I got to talk about my parents. My model mama is Kiripon, who is an amazing artist. They did my model very well. I really like how well it kind of goes along with everything. I gave Kiri just a list of things, some images I pulled off from the web, and she's like, yeah, I got this. It's gonna be fun, and boom, here we are. Look at this. It's amazing. Look at my coat. Look at this microphone. Look at this fit. Like, it's very classy but still very minimalist, which is really what I wanted to go for here. The design was, or actually I'll talk about the design a bit later. But yes, go follow Kiri at Twitter and Instagram. You can see here, this is just one of the many children that Kiri has. Faust, there's Daishima, there's Cerberus, there's oh goodness, there's so many. But please go check them out, follow her, and just kind of see all the people that she's done art for. It's amazing. She also does rigging too, so I mean, you got the whole package right there. That's really impressive and really talented. Kiri also has a store, so go check out that at the link. And yeah, as you can see, most of it is from pretty popular anime. You got Demon Slayer. I believe there's some My Hero Academia stuff in there. So yeah, just click on the link, give her a follow, and tell her that, she's great. And if you are watching this, Kiri, yo, what's up? I hope you're doing very well, and let's play some Genshin sometime. With the new, I don't know how far you've gone since the new update, but it's been it was just a really good time to get back into it, I think. All right, so let's start talking about my rigging mama. So this is Squishy over here. She's also super talented and super friendly of a person. When I reached out, being a complete nobody, she was very welcoming, and it was really cool to be able to converse and just kind of talk about what I was expecting and what I kind of wanted from the overall movement. And as you can see here, and as you'll probably see later, it's all very fluid, really, really nice, and I'm really happy with how everything worked out. Please go check her out on Twitter and Twitch. If you do catch some of her streams, it's very chill, very laid back. She has a wonderful, soft-spoken voice, can really like ease you into a nice, comfortable space. And yeah, you can just watch her do a lot of rigging. She has been doing a lot of different projects, and one of her tweets that she posted a while back showed the kind of progress that she's made from starting off and where she's at, and the glow up is huge. Let me tell you, it's incredible to see how much hard work and how much dedication Squishy has put into everything. And so I'm really happy, really proud to have her as my rigging mama. Hi Squishy, if you're watching this, I hope you can teach me the ways of Final Fantasy XIV someday. I have it downloaded, I have it already, but I'm just, I'm afraid to take that first step. So yeah, I hope we can talk about it soon. But yes, other than that, here are some of the other children that Squishy has rigged for: Izzy Cuisine and Kaho Kitsune. Izzy is a really cool chef. I've caught some of her streams before too. Is really able to just, have fun with cooking and make a crazy amount of cool and interesting foods. So please check that out as well. And yeah, let's move on to what's coming up next. Alright, so let's talk about my character sheet, which is also done by Kiri, so make sure to check her out. Thank you again for doing all this. It looks amazing. As you can see here, I have, different layers of clothing that I'll definitely try and show off a bit later. But for now, I wanted to focus our attention to the magical tie clip. So one of the things that has always been with me throughout my journeys has been this tie clip. It's reminiscent of this Peridot jewel, and with it I'm able to transform it into different magical items. And so in this world I have it turned into a microphone, as you can see here, the thing that I'm holding, and I can freely switch in between it whenever necessary. So I'll definitely play around with that a bit later. It's a really cool idea, and hopefully I'll be able to have the ability to transform it into a multitude of different objects in the future. So that's really the end goal there. I have this really nice hand chain that doesn't really serve like a lore purpose. I just thought hand chains look really cool, let's be honest. But I mean, it looks really nice. I really appreciate how sway and flowy it is. That's thanks to a lot of Squishy's work, and being able to, mimic that fluid motion with the moving of back and forth. So I mean, it's just a really amazing job by both people, and I'm very proud of the end result. I'm very happy with it, and yeah, this is the end product. I hope you like what you see. All right, so let's move on to my likes and dislikes. Obviously, this isn't going to be a full list, or else we'd be here for way longer, but I at least wanted to choose some of the top ones and kind of go over those so you guys get a feel of what I'm about. First off, we have puzzles and riddles. Just as a kid, I just really enjoyed solving puzzles, doing jigsaws, and even the crossword puzzles in the back of newspapers. Nowadays, it's more just puzzle games and things like that. But hopefully I can, share that passion with you all and exercise some of that brain matter. I know that a lot of people say they have, one or two brain cells, but if I had any say, I want to be able to try and get those brain cells to be some of the strongest, swollest brain cells you ever had. So stay tuned, and let's see what I can do to make your guys' brains just a little bit more sharper. Next up, we have sleeping. I just really enjoy sleeping, and I'm sure you guys do as well. I found out that I have a useless superpower of being able to sleep almost anywhere. My friends and I were on a train once, and I managed to fall asleep standing up while waiting for our stop, and they were just so surprised. They have video recordings and everything, and obviously I don't remember much of what happened during that time, but they were all there, and now I'm just labeled as, a chronic sleepyhead. It's kind of bad, but I don't know. I think it's fine. Hasn't hurt me too much yet. But moving on from there, we have pickleball. Pickleball is going to be a bit hard to explain, but TLDR, it's basically like mini tennis. You're using paddles, you're using wiffle balls on a smaller court, and essentially you're just, you're just playing tennis, trying to beat your opponents. But a lot of it is just strategy because of how small everything is. Placement of the ball and placement of yourself are key ways to try and outmaneuver your opponent and score some of those points. Moving on from there, we have mapo tofu. Oh, my favorite dish. For those who might not know what mapo tofu is, I'll put a picture up above me probably. But it's just a really nice traditional Chinese dish. You can make it as spicy or as mild as you want. I prefer everything to be spicy in my house, but I know a lot of people have different sensitivities to that. There is, however, a way that I personally like to eat mapo tofu. I know some people have different ways of preparing it, but the way I do it has a right ratio of like viscosity, I guess, you know, because you can make it a bit watery, more soup-like, or you can make it thick and have it have it melt with the hot rice. But there's a really nice in between that I prefer to make my mapo tofu at. So if you're ever in the neighborhood, definitely hit me up and I'll be sure to try and cook you a really nice piping hot plate so you can enjoy and understand why I love this dish too. Moving on from there, we have science and technology. Just in a past life, I was a researcher who looked at diseases that affected your vision. And working there for a while, I kind of just got really interested in the idea and interested in the industry. And so I've just been keeping up with it ever since. But I'm down to always learn new things. So if there is some crazy new scientific breakthrough or some cool technological thing that you want to share and talk about, just let me know and I'd love to listen. And speaking of listening, that's my final like on this page, just listening to stories. You'll see with some of the content I'll release later on that I just really like hearing about people's passions, whether it's, you know, just their experiences that got them to where they are today, or maybe just a funny story that they might have on hand. It's just really cool to listen to other people, and it's a good way to, you know, get to know others and share and help their stories be told to a wider audience. And I hope to be able to use this platform to do just that. Next up, we have all of my dislikes. Evil is kind of just like a funny haha. I mean, I'm a MC, I'm a protag, and so, you know, my goal is to, you know, defeat the evil dragon or defeat the evil devil, not devil, or I guess devil too, but the demon king, things like that. And so that's why I have that there. But I mean, it's just common sense, right? Don't be evil, don't be mean. If you do see something like that, call it out. That I have no tolerance for that sort of thing, and you'll definitely see that in the future if that ever happens to anyone in the community or anyone that, you know, I care about. Complacency. This is a more like real-ish type thing, but I really hate seeing if I start to stagnate or other people start to stagnate in terms of like, you know, just being able to achieve their max potential, things like that. It always sucks. I've been in there multiple times before, and I want to be able to be that sort of person to help lift people out of that sort of slump, and then see them succeed in the future as well. And hopefully I can do that for others. I can do that for myself, and yeah, that's just the reason I have that there. Mornings, because I like to sleep, I hate mornings. And this will also go up to being woken up too, right? But yeah, just mornings are the worst. I do wake up early, but that doesn't mean I'm happy about waking up early. And so there is a very big distinction there. But yeah, I'm just not a morning person. So don't expect any crazy or anything crazy to happen in the morning. If anything, 11 o'clock, if possible. But yeah, I'll stay up late if necessary, but don't expect me to be fully functional or coherent at, you know, 6 a.m. Next up, we have the last sip of any drink. This might be hard to explain. If you guys ever buy orange juice, ever buy milk, any drinks like that, you might know what I'm talking about. The last sip or the last amount before throwing out the bottle is for some reason the worst tasting sip out of anything else that you might have had in that bottle. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it feels unnaturally warm compared to the rest of it, but it's such a weird feeling to me. I don't know if this happened to me as a kid and I just subconsciously felt this way, but I can't get rid of that sensation, and I don't know if there's just something wrong with me. Um, Next up, clowns. I don't like clowns. You might not like clowns, or maybe you do, but clowns are just a no-go in my book. IRL, in-game, in a story. Just anytime I see a clown, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. You know, get my spine tingling, and I don't like that. But yeah, that's most of what I have to share. As we continue this journey together, I'll definitely be able to talk a bit more about some of the things I like and dislike, but those are the main ones for now, and I hope you can stick along to hear about the rest. Alright, so now I get to talk about my interest. Starting with anime, we have Shirobako. Shirobako is an anime about making anime. These 5 high school girls promise each other that when they get older, they will all work within the anime industry and hopefully see each other again. And that's exactly what happens. A few years later, they're all working within their own respective parts within the industry, whether it's animation, directing, CG, or anything like that. That's what they're doing, and it's really cool to see all of that kind of mesh together, all the interactions that they have, and just how a studio creates an anime. And it's a really cool and inspiring process. However, it does make me respect the current studios that are making anime currently. For example, Ufotable with Demon Slayer. Some of those scenes at the end on those last few episodes are amazing. However, I'm sure it took countless sleepless nights to be able to produce something on that high of a level. And with how small those staffs are, I mean, man, it's insane. Huge props to them. I hope that they can get the proper rest that they need. Chihaya Furu, that's this one's more a rising star within the anime scene, I guess. A lot of people are picking up on it now. It's just a really cute slice of life about this card game Karuta. If you look it up, it sounds pretty boring, but somehow the show makes it really interesting, really intense, and it just does a really good job on developing its characters, developing its setting, and making it a really feel-good experience for anyone who decides to watch it. Yu Yu Hakusho. I definitely wanted to include a classic here, and not a lot of people talk about this show. It's a great show, the music's amazing, it's just a nice, just a fun show to watch and kind of just relax and chill, you know? It's not something that you need to be way too invested in, but I mean, the characters are great and memorable. I just really like it overall. And it's just not something that people usually talk about, so I wanted to bring it up here and give it some love. Moving on to manga, Mama to Inozuma. So this is also translated to Sweetness and Lightning. This is a really cute manga. I read it first as a manga before it got adapted into an anime, but it's just about this dad and his daughter just cooking with each other and just being able to share those types of experiences, since the dad does work and the child is sometimes just left alone. They don't really get the chance to, you know, bond and connect, but through the medium of cooking, they're able to, you know, talk about each other's days and, you know, live and experience these memories that they might not have been able to before. And it's really heartfelt, really heartwarming, and definitely made me tear up as well. Oshi no Ko is it's a bit on the opposite side. It's once again, I'm actually about like the entertainment industry. I mean, the setting is in Japan, but I can see this also being applied into other countries as well. So Oshi no Ko is kind of like an isekai of sorts, where this man gets isekai'd from his current position to one of a baby within the same world, and he is trying to figure out who killed his mother. And I won't talk too much more into it because it's spoilers, but it's a really fascinating way of finding out, you know, what goes in and out of the entertainment industry, what people have to think about while they're trying to, you know, survive within such a cutthroat place. And I don't know, I just like it a lot. There's a lot of drama, a lot of interesting characters and relationships that are being developed, and so hopefully this gets an anime too. That'd be really sick. But hopefully this continues and becomes something really cool and a pickup that a lot of people recommend in the future. The final one, Sono Bisque Doll wa Koi wo Suru. My Japanese is not great, so please forgive me, but this is my dress-up darling for those who are currently watching anything this season. this is probably like the anime to watch right now, but as a manga, this is also really good. There's a few arcs that are probably going to be not be able to be shown in the anime yet, but those are really cool. I'm very excited to see what those come into. But it's a really cute slice of life about cosplaying and just a nice friendship between. Okay, no, it's a very cute relationship between between these two characters, between Gojo and Marin. They're really cute. It's a really nice. I'm a sucker for cute things. All right, but yeah, please go check all of these out if you haven't already. Just find them where you usually find your things. It's not going to be too hard. Let's talk about video games next. Professor Layton. This is the video game that kind of inspired a lot of how I am today. It's a puzzle game. It's a game about solving riddles and trying to solve mysteries at the same time. I love this because of the animation. I love this because of the music, the challenging puzzles, and just being able to flex my brain power was such a satisfying and rewarding thing for me that I played through all 6 of the main games. I played the phone game, or both phone games, I guess, and while I really want more content, I know that it's going to be really hard. The anniversary just passed too, but yeah, it's just such a great series of games. I really want you guys to check it out, and who knows, maybe I might share some of my favorite puzzles from that game as well. Genshin Impact, probably one of the biggest things I'm playing right now. I play daily. I'm currently free to play, fully free to play. I don't even put money into the welcome pass. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, I just like the style. I like the ability to, make your own different style of teams. While you might have the meta, you can also just, make something fun and just kind of have a blast with it. And with all these different types of characters and different play styles, I can never really get too bored of it. Even if I do finish the events early, there's always still something that I want to do, whether it's, make one character even better, or start working on a new character and get them to the same level as well, so that I have more freedom to switch things around. Finally, we have Pokemon. This one I've played ever since I was a kid. I remember it being one of my first games growing up, and I just haven't stopped playing it since. I don't know, I used to play Showdown a lot. I tried to do competitive whenever I could back in the old days, back in high school, I guess. And I used to play that with friends. We'd sometimes share the same account and just kind of like bounce ideas off each other to be like, all right, which move should I choose next? Or try and outpredict my opponent and be like, all right, if we switch in here on like an earthquake into a levitating Pokemon, then they can't, or we get the free move, and then they have to switch into something else and we get free damage, things like that. And I don't know, just being able to have that sort of fun with people, and I just enjoy that too. I also enjoy shiny hunting and going on that grind to try and get those shinies. So yeah, I mean, there's just a lot about Pokemon that I can talk about, but I'll stop there for now. Maybe some other time. Finally, we have music. Twice, Love Live, Nerdcore. All right, Twice, my favorite K-pop group. I've seen them in concert now. Twice? I didn't even realize the pun there, but yeah, I just really like them. Jungyeon is my favorite. I'm so happy that she's back. She's performing, she's doing well, and she seems really happy. So I'm just glad to have her back with everyone. OT9 forever, If I had to say, my favorite eras probably Feel Special. It's just such a bop. The music video is great. The sounds are great. And yeah, it's just something that I think brought a lot of people back into Twice if they kind of fell out of it before. Love Live, I'm a huge Idol fan. Love Live is my favorite. I mean, I know some of the other ones, Idolmaster, Precure, I guess Mermaid Melody if you count that, but I mean, that's pretty old too. But yeah, just Love Live is great. My favorite in Aqua is probably Yoshiko, and that's probably the group that I'm following the closest. I know that they have Nijigasaki, they have Liella out right now, but Aqua still holds a very strong place in my heart, and so that's the main one I'll be talking about if I ever do. But yeah, and then finally Nerdcore. This one's kind of a niche group. It's more about like what it's kind of like just nerd rapping, right? It's some of my favorite artists are out of there. What Game Boy Jones, Cam Steady, Peso Pete, Shofu, all those guys. They're such talented lyricists, such talented musicians and artists, and I really enjoy what they're doing. And I hopefully want to be able to do that as well. I have some really cool ideas, and while I have some of the pieces there, I just need to spend that time to sit down and write things out and make sure everything works out. So yeah, that's my main interest and some of the things that I enjoy. I hope you find something that you can relate with. If not, I'll gladly talk to you about these as well, and maybe convert you into some of these sorts of genres, and some of these series is what the word I was looking for. But yeah, let's move on to whatever's next. I don't even remember. Goodness. Oh yeah, my goals. How else am I supposed to show whether or not I've done anything meaningful within the year? So my first goal is reach 100k YouTube subs. Whether or not that's possible, who knows? I wanted to dream big, and that's big and also somewhat realistic if everything goes the way I want it to, which if anything goes, probably won't, but it's okay, whatever. I want to make at least one banger video, something that people will share and maybe even get articles written about and be like, oh, this is haha funny, or oh, this is haha stupid, or oh, this is haha genius, things like that. And yeah, that's the goal. At least one, maybe more if possible, but yeah, I mean, that will help with the 100k thing, right? But make a game show, right? So I want to try and make a game show kind of like Jeopardy, or make something completely new where I can get contestants to come in and essentially try these things out. And that's the sort of long form content I want to make within this channel, and hopefully I can do so within the next few months or so. I definitely need to talk with some people about like programming or things like that. So if you do know anyone, and if you're listening, please hit me up in the DMs, message me wherever. And yeah, I'd love to get in touch and try and, you know, iron this out and make this a reality. The next up, make a cipher. So if you don't know what a cipher is, it's kind of like a rap, but you get a bunch of people on it, you're all on the same beat, and you're rapping about just like one general topic. So I'll maybe show something here, but one of my favorites from like Cam Steady is a Pokemon cipher where he raps about like the evolutions. That's a really fun one. So he gets a bunch of different guests, and they all do like a few bars about you know, all the different evolutions. So there's one about Vaporeon, Umbreon, Espeon, Sylveon, things like that. And so I want to do something like that. I haven't decided on some of the topics yet. Oh, actually no, I do have one idea that's being worked on right now, but lyric writing is hard. This is my first time trying to do something like this, so it's extremely hard, and hopefully I can get that inspiration kicking back in again and get that out soon. Finally, get on Hot Ones. If you don't know what Hot Ones is, it's a really cool interview style show where they interview guests and they eat hot wings, or they eat chicken wings that get spicier every single time. So you get 10 questions, 10 wings, and by the time you're at the 10th wing, your mouth is on fire and you're ready to just pass out or throw up or do whatever. And that's kind of what I want to do. I definitely want to try and do something like that, or even get on that show. I don't know how they're going to do it with a VTuber, but I want to be big enough so that I can get invited and try it out, because it sounds like so much fun. And yeah, that's that. I think next I have all of my what to expect. Sorry, that's what it is. Yes. Yep. And what to expect from me within at least this year. Random shit. I don't have any plans on any like I said, I don't have plans on streaming. I really just want to focus on making YouTube content. So I want to just kind of throw a bunch of videos out there, see what hits, see what doesn't, and then focus from there. And so that's going to be the initial plan. We'll see how that goes. I want to do like a podcast type thing. So right now I'm currently doing some videos where I interview guests, and you'll see the first video coming out of that pretty soon-ish. But yeah, I want to be able to talk with a bunch of people and hear their genuine thoughts, their genuine opinions. And I think doing it in a recorded sense where they're not live, I feel like helps a lot with trying to not have to think about saying the right thing all the time. But instead, you can kind of say whatever. And then if you slip up, then that can be, we can just delete it, edit it, do whatever. And yeah, I think it'll be a lot more fun and a lot more of a, intimate, I don't know what the right word, more personal time with my guests. And I think that's something that I really want to share. Next up, we have music. Like I said before, I want to make a cipher. I want to try and do some raps. Whether or not I'll be good at it, who knows? We just have to see what happens. But yeah, that's going to be in the pipeline within the next few months or so, hopefully. And then finally, we have gameplay. There are a few games that I want to talk about. I'm currently in love with like just roguelike games in general. Hades was my go-to game of last year. Right now I'm playing Genshin right now. I'm kind of in between some games, but there hasn't been anything too big that I want to try and make a video about. But if I do, I'll definitely start from the beginning and try and do like a blind playthrough. Maybe I know there's a few Switch games coming out that I want to play, so maybe we'll do it that way. A la those old school Let's Play styles from like Chugga Conroy and greats like those. I know that actually I think he's still making videos, so he hasn't stopped, and I want to try and do something like that because not a lot of people do that nowadays. Everyone's just about streaming, but I want to be able to just make that sort of content on my own time and just be able to share that with the world. So let's talk about hashtags. I totally forgot that this is what was coming up next. And so, I have a live hashtag just in case I ever do decide to go live. That might not be for a while anyway, but Protag Live is there. For fan art, Protag Art. For memes, Protag Meme. Look, I swear I was trying to be creative. It's really hard for me. Usually I can do this for other people, but for myself, I'm like, God, I could not think of anything. If you can think of something, please let me know in the comments. Tweet at me, do something so I can delete these and then make them better. My fan name I put as the self-inserts because that's what you guys write in your fanfics, right? It's usually a self-inserted character. You want to get in with the characters within whatever stories, and so I thought that was like a funny haha because look, I'm a very plain dressed person, and so you can really replace me with anyone else, and that was kind of the point of why I created this character model. And then finally, the fan emoji. I put it as this microphone because you'll be seeing it a lot, whether it's my logo, whether it's in these slides, and yeah, I just really like it, and it's very simple, and just it shows what type of things I want to try and do in the future. So yeah, that's that for now. And then I don't know what's next. Please help me. Oh God, I think well, we'll see what happens, right? Oh, all right. And then finally, I just have some brief credits for all the awesome people that I've asked to commission art from, or any other media that you might be consuming right now. So Dowon is the chibi model from those last two slides that you just saw with my, relax and then talking face. Super cute. I've used those before in other people's streams to represent myself, or when I'm talking, or as a guest on other people's streams, So yeah, if you have seen those before, that's the one who makes them. They're super chill, very, very fast turnaround times, honestly. I think it took, maybe a week to get that done. It was really nice. Ray Zan J, I don't know if that's correct. They made the BGM for me. Very nice. I asked them to do more like a music box, like very quiet, like puzzly type tone, and I think they did a really good job on it. So big props to them. And then Mr. Onyx, oof, the legend. This man made my intro, my outro, my Twitter header, oh, and my logo. So this guy's been great, very just always showing me the different steps and making sure that I knew where in the process he was at. It was very cool to be able to work with him, and he really understood what I was trying to go for. So you'll kind of see, you'll see what he has done in the intro, you'll see what he's done in the outro, but just excellent work. If you need something done that's really quick and pretty affordable, go check him out. And yeah, that's That's all of those. And next up, I guess I'll be showing or showcasing my model, right? That's really what most people are here to see, and that's what I want to be able to show off too. So let's move on to the next thing and get over there. And here we are. I mean, I'm sure you recognize this location. This is a very famous park within the VTubing space, but I wanted to use this time to showcase my model and show off all the cool things that both Kiri and Squishy have done for me. So starting off, you might see that there's a little bit of a difference, and that's because my microphone is gone. Instead, you have that magical tie clip that I was talking about during my character sheet page. Like, this is so cool. I really like how shiny it is, how perfect it feels, and like it's that nice bright flash of color within all of this like more, I guess, minimal style that I have. And so it really pops out and really stands out. And what I really like is, hold on, boom. Ah, look at that. It switches out. That transition is sick. Huge props for Squishy for being able to pull that off. I really like how it comes in, it flips back out, things like that. Oh my god, I could watch this transition for days. And I'll be honest, that's what I did when I first saw it. I was immediately just so impressed with this work. Like, and I love how the hand positioning still feels like still feels kind of natural, you know? It's like I'm straightening out my tie. So huge props for Kiri for being able to figure out a good position to keep the hand. And look, I think if I sway a bit more, yeah, you can see the chains move a little bit. I really like that too. Like, it really kind of ties everything together and just kind of shows that fluidity that I was looking for within this rig. So yeah, mad props to them. Let's move on to the expressions that I have. The first one I think is yes. I can't growl. I'm very bad at it. As you can see, I'm just smiling so much, so I can't show off my angry face. But yeah, so that's this one. Moving on, I have my yeah, this is my embarrassed face. This is something that I've used before in a shit post early on my Twitter account, so if you want to look at that, this is really only reserved for certain times, and I felt like that was a good time back then, and so hopefully I never have to use it again. Who knows? Moving on from there, we got this is my nice one. This is my I'm so proud, I'm so happy. I either popped off or someone else popped off, and I'm like, let's go. Sheesh. Oh god, that was that was kind of embarrassing, but yeah, this is just my very happy sort of deal. And yeah, and then from that, we have my clothes. I can take off both my vest and my jacket. I can't take off anything else after that though, so don't expect anything like that. That's not what you should be here for. You can definitely find that in other places, especially with me in them. So go look there. Don't expect that here. That's not what this is for. But yeah, I can kind of just trade it off if I want to do something like this, or if I want to keep the vest on, things like that. I mean, everything just looks so nice together, and it just kind of complements the overall style. So let's back up a little bit so that I can kind of show you the rest of the body. I mean, look at how nice all of this looks. Oh my god, it just look at the coat swaying. You got the belt wrap thing. I forgot what it's called, but that also moves. Look at my kicks, look at my pants. I mean, everything looks very plain, but like this whole minimalist style is really what I was going after, and Kiri encapsulated it perfectly while making sure it still felt like something a bit more original. So I'm very happy with how this all turned out, and hopefully this becomes a very recognizable I guess deal going on in the future. I mean, the whole point of this was just to be really funny about it. Was like, everyone has a very cool and very unique complex design. However, I don't see a lot of people going in the opposite direction. So I was like, who's the most, you know, unoriginal type of concept? And I was like, I don't know, the protagonist, the main MC characters, and like your typical harems and things like that. I was like, boom, that's so big brains. I thought maybe it isn't, but I went with it anyway, and this is what it's come to. So yeah, that was the inspiration to why I decided to move in this direction instead of trying something like very out there and very flashy. Instead, I wanted to, make it nice, make it cool, and hopefully this isn't going to, be a problem in the future. Who knows? But if it comes to that, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, right? So yeah, that's gonna be it, I think. If there's anything else, you'll see a hard cut into me yelling at myself. But Protag, you idiot, you did forget something. How could you forget to try and promote your own channels and tell people to like, comment, and subscribe? So let's get on with that. Once again, thank you guys very much. If you do like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. And if you really want to know when I upload next, hit the bell. I'm planning on trying to upload something once every week. If it doesn't happen, I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. This isn't something that I want to try and get more into. I do have other things I need to handle first. So once that's all done, then I can start focusing more on this. But I have this goal set for now, so we'll see how it goes. If you have any questions or if you want to say anything, leave a comment below. I'll definitely read through all of them. And yeah, follow me on Twitter. I have socials. I have Twitter. I have a TikTok. I have a Twitch, which won't be populated with anything, but we'll get there. I just have it in case I do decide to stream. But yeah, and I think that's everything now. So yes, thank you all once again so very much for stopping by and taking a listen to what I have to say. I hope you guys have a good night, a good morning, a good wherever you are. This is Protagonist signing out.